I like the green one.
Yeah. Hello. Yay, it works. Yay, I don't have to use my voice too loudly. Right, hello everyone. Welcome to my panel. It's all about dystopian sort of makeup ideas. I've got some lovely little picture examples for you there of different dystopian sort of films, animes, books and whatnot. A little about me, I've been cosplaying like for ages. I nearly put in dirt pictures, but every dirt picture had poor Carrie in them. Been running makeup panels for like 5 years, I think. Yeah, and I will plug in that me and Carrie here, we run a Disney blog and website and Twitter account, so called Magic and the Mouse. It's totally worth following if you like Disney. I'm obsessed with the dystopian genre, like Hunger Games, Divergent, pretty much Terminator. You know. Terminator, I know. And I have changed my con badge name, but I didn't want to tell Amber and Mike and upset them. Dun dun dun. I'm sorry. Right, so what is dystopian? Before I start the panel, some of you might not even know what dystopian is. Here is, I can read it all out to you. A dystopia from the Greek, and alternatively, catastopia, or anti-utopia is an imaginary community.
It says dis and topos.
Yeah. Ah, thank you. I know no Greek.
I know Greek, but you said
And so basically it's the idea that society is undesirable and frightening, basically a future that you wouldn't ever, or a place that you would never want to live in, really. And I got the quotes all from Wikipedia. So best example of dystopian, I think, is like Hunger Games. Is probably the most popular sort of known one now. I had to put a beautiful picture of Jennifer Lawrence up. That is my favourite place in the entire Catching Fire. Yeah, it's when Joanna's stripping. Yes. And there's other movies such as like Divergent, Maze Runner, that have come out in the past year, and there's quite a few others. The god-awful one that's just come out that looks beautiful but apparently is crap. Which
Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more sci-fi.
I got told it was dystopian by someone.
The other societies.
Okay. But yeah, so teenage novels are kind of overrun with dystopian sort of ideas. Like there's pretties, uglies. I could list off like a billion that I've read. And then if you're going to anime, I'm actually wearing this later on today, which is Gally from Battle Angel Alita. Yeah, you know, I sent you a text, woman.
I might have forgot the jacket.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so shit. That was the only thing I needed to remember.
But there's Battle Angel Alita, Bubblegum Crisis, you know, Akira. You know, there is a lot of big ones. Ghost in the Shell.
Keep talking. You're on the screen for a bit.
Yeah, so dystopian things do come into anime and manga sometimes, and even computer games. I think you can all probably name a billion that have that type of thing.
Ignore the screen.
Okay.
There you go.
What to expect over the next hour? I'm doing two little looks. One is called Armageddon and the Hunger Games, and Killing Boomers by Daylight, Singing in Clubs by Moonlight.
Put it down here.
So I'm going to. And Andy, guess which makeover you are? You won the Hunger Games.
Oh, that's alright. I don't mind that one. It's the second one I'm worried about. I don't particularly want to look like fucking Sailor Moon.
One day. Right. So Armageddon won the Hunger Games. So basically, we're doing his whole Andy's poor look is going to be looking like baths don't exist in his district, but miraculously, he doesn't smell like it.
That's the game.
And then the follow-up is you tripped and fell because you couldn't stop looking at Finnick. Oh dear. And now you've got a nasty scar to show for it.
That would happen.
Yeah, I think everyone agrees if you like Finnick, then that would totally happen.
Right.
Get it over to video.
How did you generally
Where is it? Is Andy sitting?
I'm going to cut that out, right?
Yeah, you've got to come up here and be videoed.
I'm going to be videoed. Yeah, that was not.
I didn't sign up.
Andy, there are 3 cameras in this room, you must have guessed.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So,
It's doing the same thing over and over again.
why did Pete leave you in charge of technology?
Apparently it's as easy as pressing a button.
If you go up to video. It's probably
Uh-oh.
That's not my face.
top one. Yeah, is it not?
Yeah, just keep going until you get to that. She's pressing the button box.
Or does everyone just want to crowd round and we can all stare at Andy's beautiful face?
No,
I
we
won't do
want
it.
one there.
We got it!
Hey! Oh, hang on.
The camera seems it's not actually to me.
Yes, okay, you literally just need to move the camera, that's all.
After.
Okay.
Because right now it's an angle I don't want.
What makeup was going to be done again?
So,
Not that.
right. So we're going to look at dirtying the poor boy up.
It's a bit late for that.
So this, I will try and stand up for this, but not get in the way. Yes. This is Star Blend. This is actually this is a really good makeup brand. It's really hard to get in the UK, but I found a few dodgy looking fancy dress websites that do sell it, and they're not dodgy. They just look it because they look like they're made in the early 2000s. Their website, and it makes the Fabricland website look like a thing of beauty. But it's a really good make. It's actually what professional makeup artists use on films. This actual make and this actual shade was used on Terminator Salvation, one of the Transformers films, I don't know which one, but one of the crap ones.
Oh, that narrows it down.
It's not narrowing it down.
No, but it has been used. So all you need is this, and it is the most simple way of dirtying someone up and making it look professional. I also got advice from my cousin, who's a professional makeup artist. She has worked on a TV series, which I'm not supposed to disclose what show she worked on, but a lot of people die in it. Yeah.
Does it rhyme with meme of bone?
Maybe.
That's an episode title.
Or
So
it should be.
what you need is, if you've got a makeup spatula, which I totally forgot, so I'm using a ghetto teaspoon. You can go ghetto when it comes to makeup, like especially if you're using Star Blend, which usually costs about between 11 and 13 quid a pot. So as a word of warning. So just scrape it into the thing. Oh, actually, can I get you to hold there? So,
This was dangerous.
oh no.
It gave me a microphone. You remember what happened last night, right? I was going to say, I did my own makeup last night. I wonder how that didn't turn out very well.
Here you go. So
You're looking great this morning, Carrie.
So you literally just scrape it into like a tub or anything, and even the lid works perfectly fine. And so you get it looks like coffee granules. And then you need a moisturiser or suntan lotion. Suntan lotion works best because it makes it look greasy. I'm just using moisturiser because it's not so greasy looking. So.
I'm not greasy.
You're worried already.
And
You would.
Right, and the first thing that you should always do, a lot of tutorials on YouTube will tell you to use sponges for doing dirty makeup. Do not do that. That is not what professional makeup artists use. Just use a foundation brush This is the one I use, and it's just a little flat one brush, and it works the best, and you use your fingers. That is all you need. Sponges give off a really weird effect, and it doesn't come on so nicely, so always ignore people if they say use a sponge, use one of the sort of the holy sponges. It looks like face paint if you're doing that. If you're wanting to go for something realistic, using a brush and your fingers is the best way.
I'm Andy now.
No one will ever be me.
We're quite glad there's only one of you. I don't think we could cope with them.
That's enough out of you.
That's what she said.
Right, so you need to mix up the face paint and the moisturiser, and then you just start slapping it on.
That's really cold. Is there any specific places you have to pay attention to when you're doing this?
Literally look at what type of character you are, think about where they're doing. I'm just doing it in random splodges, but you can think about it. Just have a look at your character. Like, I always have reference pictures for whenever I'm doing like makeup and things like that. Like tomorrow I'm doing Kyle Reese makeup, and like I know them off by heart, like the reference pictures.
It'd generally be anywhere you wipe your face.
Yeah.
Kind of around
So I'm
the
looking
eyes.
at just thinking. Usually, like if we're looking at like a District 12, a character from District 12, they're coal miners.
8 darling fashion.
No, fashion, darling, fashion. But yeah, like you know, Andy is going to be coal mining. You know, not having baths regularly in this district. I don't know why I put you in this district. I'm
I was
sorry.
going to say, I'm usually District 8. That's what I usually came out as.
I'd say you're District 1
It's District 1.
or Capital.
Capital.
So I'm just looking at it as when I'm doing this, I'm just literally thinking of how I think he would look if he was at coal mining. Like I've seen like Hunger Games, and I've seen a lot of movies with like you know the Rammstein video, for instance, with the coal miners in the Somme video. If you think about that, it's literally going to be all blown into your face. And another good technique is if you screw up your face like that, brush it up, keep your face screwed up, and you brush in to the creases.
Trying to say I got wrinkles.
No, I'm just saying you got creases. And then if you blend it in there, start blending it in. And then if you open them, it gives a nice little effect of little lines. You can barely see it on the camera.
I can get to crazy.
No. There's a few little lines and things like that, and it gives it a bit more like a real look. But just keep working it with your finger, and it will start like coming off in patches as well. So it gives it a bit more of a realistic. Like coming out as a fish shape for some reason. It's like a perfect little fish. I'm sorry, Andy.
That's right, I couldn't tell.
You have no clue what's going on.
No, I don't. Probably a good idea that I don't either.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Andy. And so yeah, you just got to keep working at it until you're happy with it. I like when I'm doing the dirty makeup, I like having patches where it's really thick with dirt, and I try and do that on the temples and the main places that you don't really touch as such. Because if you're touching yourself all day, like yeah, you'll get dirty, but it will be more smeary. So. And this works really well for Metal Gear Solid cosplays as well. But with the suntan lotion, if you use suntan lotion, you need to use a lot less than if you use a moisturiser, as a word of warning, because the suntan lotion is really greasy and really runny.
Do I look like a minstrel yet?
No, you don't look like a minstrel yet, darling.
So shoe polish isn't a good idea.
No shoe polish. And no snazzaroo either, because it's a completely different texture on this as well.
But you love Snazzaroo. gives such a professional effect.
Yeah, it does.
Last night.
The shame. If you are wanting to use, actually talking about face paints, if you're wanting to use decent quality, Krylon and Meron are the only makes I would ever use. Or Gamma, if I'm going a little bit cheaper, but even they're a bit more expensive than Stargaze, than Snazaroo.
I really want to scratch my nose, but I'm afraid of stuff getting.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine. Scratch. Good. Gives the effect more.
Have you used Grimace and Ben 9 when it comes to cheaper options?
Grimace is alright. It's, you still have to, I find it still quite watery. Like, whereas Krylon, like, is what drag queens use. It's what some of the drag queens won on RuPaul's Drag Race.
The oil-based Grimace is quite good, but you need a special remover on it. It takes forever to get off.
Yeah. So I've only ever used water-based. I haven't used the oil-based ones yet. So I've been fearing about hearing the stories from my cousin who spent 5 hours on a film set trying to get oil face paint off of a guy that had to go to a film premiere that evening. And
blue for 2 weeks.
yeah, and this poor actor had to change his entire outfit and wear gloves because it wasn't coming off his hands. So, I think...
Shep, do you want me to move the camera around the other side? Because currently you're seeing a lot of the back of your head, and as beautiful as it is.
Yeah, maybe. I'm so sorry, Andy. I dirtied you up.
He was dirty
I
already.
can't even look round, because if I look round, it'll look round on that. Look at that.
Right, so he's nice and dirty now. Thank you, Andy. So he's officially dirty, and he officially looks like a District 12 member. You know, he could hang out with Katniss and go and all that love. Woo. Right, if I can give you the whole there. We're going to start looking at doing scarring. Now, scarring is really fun and really easy. The person that actually taught me is sitting over there.
I like making people look ill.
Sometimes you use makeup. It's not in the Sailor Moon box, that's for sure.
No, it's definitely not in the Sailor Moon box. It's got dinner in it.
Wow.
Right. Said. Right. This is your best friend if you're, especially for cosplay makeup or just general natural makeup. Buy one of these palettes. They're really cheap. You can get them for £8 off Amazon or eBay. And I literally live by using this. This is what I take to every one of my cosplay panels and use. I will use a slightly darker natural skin colour. So let's go with, I'm going with a brown. I like brown.
Shopping network.
So, actually no, because that's not going to show up. I'm going to go slightly red, actually, slightly reddy brown. Give the effect of the scar. Now I'm using this is actually an eyeliner brush from MAC. And I'm just going to start popping it where I'm popping the scar. And Andy is not going to like this bit.
Why?
It feels weird.
It feels weird and smells funky.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm using is scarring liquid, which is, this is the Krylon one. I've used the Meron one. This is Collodium, I can never say it, Collodium?
Collodion or collodion, yeah. Collodion.
Yeah.
Collodion. Yeah, that's done.
Yeah. But I would only ever use Krylon or Meron's scarring liquids, in all honesty. The other ones I have tried are absolutely rubbish. They do not work. They peel off, and they just they don't pull your skin in, and you, like poor Andy is going to feel the effects in a second. But what I do is I do a few layers, just keep going over this spot, and I'll wait for it to start working.
That does feel weird.
Here you go, start telling me the effects.
It's kind of like your skin just starts tightening ever so slightly. It's like when you've put super glue on your fingers and you get that horrible kind of creased effect and all sort of plates on top of your skin. That's kind of what it feels like now, where it's doing that but quicker, but sort of drawing your skin at the same time. It's very, very, it's a really weird sort of experience. It's kind of, yeah.
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 Cool. Now,
Oh, here comes more.
I'm just gonna, I like layering it up a little bit to give it a little bit of a deeper effect. With the Meron one, I actually found, compared to the Krylon, I found I had to do less layers, even though this cost me about 3 times as much as the Meron one. As a word of warning, Krylon, even though they're supposed to be superior, the scarring liquid I would choose preferably Meron, if you're going to use any.
I was going to say that looks pricey. That ain't cheap.
This I paid $16.99 for a bottle. The Meron bottles come in smaller, and they're about £8, £8 to £9, and you can get them off eBay. This I got in my local fancy dress shop because they actually stock theatre makeup. So if you're Western Supermare based, there is a place there that does it, like stocks all of it.
It'll last you for ages though.
Yeah, this stuff lasts for months, unlike Spirit Gum, which you're actually supposed to get rid of after a month of opening. I only found this out recently when my Spirit Gum, I bought a giant bottle of it for 20 quid, and it went completely off. And my cousin told me, second you open a bottle of Spirit Gum, you have to throw it away after a month because it goes. So it's a useful tip for anyone with Spirit Gum.
Damn those sell-by dates.
So, do you want to turn and fix the camera a little bit? Don't know if...
Hang on.
I'm sure that's busy.
It must be Zoom, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's not focusing
no,
on it.
it's really not focusing.
No, it's not focusing. But if you want to come around and have a look, anyone want to come around and have a look? Or get Andy to have a little strut round?
I'm not walking.
You're not walking, okay. And if anyone wants to have a feel of what it's like, I can do a little scar on your hand or something.
So you ain't touching my face.
But if anyone wants to have a go on their hand, you're more than welcome to.
What's the little if you put it on before makeup, or does he have to put makeup on before you do it?
I prefer to put, if you do it plain, I can show you what it looks like. I prefer putting makeup afterwards because I think it gives it a bit more depth. That's like the important thing. Like my cousin taught me, she does hers in 3 layers where she, depends on the type of like scar, but she uses a mixture of blue, brown and beige. The blue you put the tiniest amount on, like it's barely even noticeable. But this is all. Sorry.
Give me that before you do anything else.
Right, let's do it. Also on note, this liquid works 100 times better on fleshy skin. If you're trying to do it too close to the bone, it doesn't work. It doesn't pull in.
I'm literally the worst subject for this stuff. Way too skinny.
But it works perfectly on cheeks, so you can do like, how many of you seen Terminator? You know, John Connor's scar in T2, and it does feature in the end of Salvation. With the scar like that, you could get away with doing that. But if you try and do scrawls, you'll find it struggle completely on the nose, like as a word of warning. I've tried doing the scrawl scar. It does perfectly on the cheeks, but the nose doesn't work whatsoever. So, do you want to turn to the camera? And that's a plain one. And as you can see, it doesn't really, obviously it doesn't help the fact that I've got the dirty makeup underneath it, but as you can see, it gives no illusion really of being the sky. It just looks like you've popped something on your face rather than trying to be anything. So yeah, I always use like beige or dark reddy colours.
You can get coloured collodion as well.
Yeah, you can. I've tried the yellow one.
I've used the red one a few times.
Did it work well?
Yeah, it works pretty well.
Yeah. So I tried the yellow one. It makes you look like you've had a kidney infection or something.
That is what it's for.
Yeah. Right, so I think I'm done with you.
Amazing. Can I clean this off my face?
Yes, you can. Go party.
Yay!
Right, I'm gonna get the love. I will not change the screens over again.
Oh, I can do that?
You can.
I can.
Oh, you've got the power.
Arm attack. Yay! Go me.
Because I planned to do videos, but sadly they went wrong. So I discovered that if I take my glasses off and try and film myself doing makeup, I can't see what the hell I'm doing with the camera distance being so far away. So there was going to be lovely videos with little things added in, but it didn't work out. And you was going to have a lovely picture of Finnick for Andy to stare at.
That would have been nice.
Turn your head, Andy.
Turn your head. He's right above you.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there he is.
Right, the next look, I'm getting the lovely Rose to come up and model for me. Now, I hope people get the Boomers reference, so I hope people have seen Bubblegum Crisis. Yeah. So, with Rose, she's just finished saving the city and she wants to go and sing her heart out and look fabulous. She also wants pouty lips to make the AD police forget she actually a night saver and helped wreck the city last night. So, yeah. Right, so can I change it over to...
Moving on a stick is what you want.
I know. I'm sorry, Amber.
I love you. I know how to do it now. Who needs peace?
You hold Liz. Right, firstly, I'm not going to do the full makeup coverage of showing how to do a full face. I'm just literally going to focus on the eyes and doing the lips because that's generally what I get asked a lot of in my panels. So I'm going to use some nice primer. I'm using Urban Decay. It is very lovely. You can get loads of different eye primers. The best ones I found literally are Urban Decay and Avon. And Avon's one's like £4, so you can save yourself a bit of a bargain. But for the small bottle, I think it's like £8 from Urban Decay. So, but usually you get it free in a makeup palette, so it's always worthwhile. Right. Yeah, you only use a little bit. I need to wash my hands actually, because otherwise you're going to have like brown. I'm going to apply this with a sponge because my fingers are absolutely filthy and I haven't got the... Can I have the makeup wipes?
Oh.
You can have this back if you want to wash your face and be able to see.
Oh, God. That'd be good.
Right, so, well, if I can get Rose to close her eyes for me. You just need to dot this over. Oh, I've popped a little bit too much. And the makeup, the eye primer is there basically, mostly one, to kind of get rid of the redness of your eyelids, especially if you're hungover at convention, you've been partying all night, or you've not even slept at a convention, then this is really worthwhile doing. And also, the whole point is really it helps lock in the eyeshadow and last a lot longer. If you're doing masquerades and mackies and all that lot and skits, you really need to wear eye primer because it will just go. Done that. Now, I'm going to use my nice little Urban Decay palette. So I always start off with, when I'm doing any makeup, I always start off with a base shade, which you either use a neutral colour, like I would always use white, beige, or cream, or silver, like a very light colour to start off with. Get yourself a decent sized eyeshadow brush, like this one. And don't be afraid to go crazy with it either. And always start from the corner and work your way out. Now I'm going to do like a smoky eyeshadow because that's like generally what you see a lot in like dystopian sort of things. Like with Hunger Games, how many times does Katniss have smoky eyes in like Catching Fire, Triss in Divergent, you know.
More eyeliner the better.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is get Rose to keep her eyes open and see her crease. You can get you to stare into the camera. See the crease here? That's where you want to apply the eyeshadow. Now, what I'm going to do is get a finer brush. You need one that's a lot more thinner, so you can get into the crease. So keep your eyes open for me. And now close them. So you've created a line here, so you know where your crease is on your eye. And I'm just blending it in as I'm going. I want to make it darker at the edges, so it gives a bit more of a proper smoky eye effect. And what I'm doing is going straight up here to give it, for when I put the eyeliner on, she'll have a bit of a cat eye look. Now we're going to look at doing mascara. Now this is actually the best mascara I've found, and it's actually really worthwhile. It's really great if you're an anime fan because it's actually called Manga Eyes. It's L'Oreal one, and it's
amazing.
It's amazing. It's so better than my MAC one. It's better than my Illamasqua. Like I wouldn't go and spend big bucks on a mascara now. Do they do this in the pan shop then?
They had it in the pan shop, and I thought it's blatantly a gimmick. I'm not going to buy that.
No, it's literally the best mascara I've ever used.
Is it a plastic brush or a bristly brush?
It's kind of it's like bristly.
It's bristly.
So that's actually how mascara works. The bet is actually dependent on the brush. I usually find Max Factor and L'Oreal actually to be the best ones for mascaras. So if I can get you to look up for me. Now Rose is perfectly trained in me doing mascara for her. She's used to this after many years of expo. Now, one rule with doing mascara, don't always go straight up. What you need to do is go jaggy, 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 like that. Sideways motions, because it gets even coverage. But the one problem is you're going to find is if you do it too extreme, your eyes look like cobwebs and you look like one of the people from my hometown in Essex. So you really want to avoid doing that.
I'd never have guessed you were an Essex girl, Dad.
What are you saying, mate?
Babe, you right, babe?
You right, mate? Alright. I'll get my Uncle Dave on you.
Yeah, but don't know, because that wouldn't be funny though, will it?
You sound too Somerset when you do it.
Alright, my lover.
That ain't mud you's putting on her eyes, is that?
Say
Is
what,
that too
mate?
late?
That ain't mud putting on her eyes, is that? That's her makeup. You can learn something.
Proper. Proper job.
Proper job.
I discovered Proper Job the other day. It's actually the best shop ever.
Yeah, we do have a shop in Britain called Proper Job.
Right, and now I'm going to do liquid eyeliner. I'm actually going to have to show off this. This is a number 17. It's like £3 from Boots. It's equal to my Illamasqua one, which is 22 quid. So I would worthwhile buying that, and it stays on. It literally takes me about 20 minutes to just scrub it off. If you want a long-lasting eyeliner, so number 17, liquid eyeliner is the best one. So if I get you to close your eyes and keep them closed until I tell you. Right, we're just going to wait for the eyeliner to dry a bit, so keep your eyes closed for a moment. This is one rule with liquid eyeliner that a lot of us forget. I do it all the time, like even though I know it. Give a couple of minutes of your eyes closed when you're doing liquid eyeliner, otherwise you're going to end up with a horrible black line there, and it looks like you've got like double brows going on, so try and avoid that. Especially if you've just applied all your makeup on and you look fabulous and then you just ruin it. Just keep them closed for a good moment. And with eyeshadow, you will find that with Rose, she's actually got little dust particles of the black. The best way to get it off is actually just a makeup brush and dust it away. Like a blusher brush or foundation brush, and it brushes it away rather than trying to use your finger or whatever like that, because you'll just get black all over you and you'll look like what Andy did earlier.
The best brush is, the flat fan.
Yeah.
That one I used to get rid of the dust underneath. It's so good.
Kabuki brushes are brilliant for that. So, if you'd like to open your eyes for me and look into the camera. So, we've done the eyeliner. Now, what I think is really, really important with any cosplay, fake eyelashes. Now, I've just bought some cheap ones. Usually, I will use Eyelure or MAC. Those are the only eyelashes I will use. Or, the Katy Perry ones are good as well, but they're Eyelure as well. I wouldn't go for cheap, nasty ones. Like, I bought a bunch off of eBay last year, and they worked beautifully for a net, actually. But I just couldn't work with them. So, with eyelash, now this is a thing I get asked all the time. Do you use tweezers for the eyelashes? You can choose to use tweezers. I'm dyspraxic. Using tweezers and navigating spaces is not my thing. So, I just use it, my finger, but you pull from one corner and just peel it off. And then that's when you apply the glue. Now, the first rule with eyelashes that everyone goes, I can't apply eyelashes, how do you do it? And I'm like, most people literally put the glue on and stick it on your face, and then you just watch them drop and droop, and that's not what you do. You have to wait a good few seconds, do a little fan dance with your eyelash.
You like when you should have put a ring on it?
Yeah, pretty much just pretend you're Beyonce, like, for a moment. But that is the biggest ruling with eyelashes that a lot of people forget about, is giving the time for the glue to go tacky. And that's the same with spirit gum as well. Most people do that with spirit gum. They don't wait for it to go tacky, and they just pop things on their face and go, oh, why is it falling off? You've not let it set enough to be able to grasp onto it. So if I can get Rose to hold this again. Now with the eyelash glue, you have the nice thick black line, and that's where you want the eyelash glue. Some people, like I've watched people put on fake eyelashes, and I've watched them put it directly onto their eyelid. Never do that. You want to put it straight onto the actual eyelash. And the nice little line. So, do your little fan dance. And wait for a few seconds. I don't know if this eyelash glue is even going to work, because I've not tried this one. So we can all see if
It's also important.
Collection 2000's eyelash glue works, which I'm pretty much betting it will.
You also need to check whether it's latex glue for eyelashes. So if you've got a latex allergy,
Yes.
that's fun. Or not.
Yeah. Also with fake eyelashes, I know with Rose, I don't have to trim them down, but sometimes people have got smaller eyes and you will have to trim them down. Best thing to do is getting a little pair of nail clippers, like little nail scissors, and trimming
From
a couple.
the outside, not the inside.
No, not from the inside. And because if you don't, how many of you have seen RuPaul? Anyone seen RuPaul? Oh, okay, I won't even mention Bianca Del Rio, because I was going to say you end up looking like Bianca Del Rio, but never mind.
Also a man in drag.
He looks even more like a man in drag. He's like, he specialises in clown drag.
There is specialisation
Yes.
in drag.
Oh yes, there is. Amber knows all about it after last year for my makeup panel. Her and Mike watched how much RuPaul did you watch?
Yeah, God.
About 9 hours. I think we was at. Well, Mike's makeup took about 2-3 hours to do. Wasn't
Yeah, that
it?
was hilarious. Princess Peach, the hooker, was there.
Close your eyes. Oh, actually, I'm quite surprised to say the collection 2000 is not too bad. I thought I'd actually try it today and say to you guys that buying cheap eyelashes is a bad idea, but cheap eyelash glue. But no, I'm actually quite surprised this is working. Now, Rose is quite lucky. She's got really long eyelashes that have naturally got a curl to them. If you want your eyelashes to be nice and even, I would use an eyelash curler, but I'm trying not to be too technical in this panel, because every time I try and be too technical in a makeup panel, I watch people's eyes glaze over and go, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. So I try and avoid doing that. So, if you'd like to open your eye for me. Now, one other thing people do not do at all with fake eyelashes is pop mascara over the top of the eyelashes, so you keep blending it in. So you want to blend in your eyelashes to the fake eyelashes. fake eyelash here is actually, they're living up to their name of being rubbish now. But yeah, don't use the cheap ones. This is one of the reasons why I did actually buy these, not because I wanted to save money, but it was actually to show you guys that if you go cheap, sometimes, some things you can cheap away. Fake eyelashes, you can't go cheap, you have to pay a £5 for eyeliner and boots.
Do have some in pine shop.
And savers do them as well, so they're about £1.
Free ones, the ones
Yeah, and don't fear if you see Girls Aloud on the front of them, or The Only Way Is Essex or Katy Perry, because they're still owned by either, and they're the exact same, but they're just packaged different. A little handy tip, because I worked in Claire's Accessories and I noticed this. Right, now we're going to look at doing lips. Now, I chose Rose because she has got the poutiest bottom lip you have ever seen. Now, doing pouty lips, some of us ladies and gents do not have big pouty lips when it comes to doing like lipsticks if you want a fuller look. 2 minutes, oh no. Okay, I won't do the pouty lips.
Do the pouty lips, just
very quickly. Okay. Right. This is going to be like Mission Impossible now. Right, you need to draw around the lips. You can extend on it, but I haven't got time to be extending on it and doing drag queen lips, so you just draw around. Now, one thing I would spend money on is lipstick. Kat Von D, Illamasqua and MAC lipsticks are really good. Do not buy Lime Crime. If everyone's heard of the recent drama, do not buy Lime Crime. Lime Crime sell really ridiculous coloured stuff and it looks really cute and they've got unicorns on their packaging. But they steal your credit card details and you'll end up with like thousands of pounds overdrawn out of your account from random people. So do not buy from Lime Crime. Now, I was going to show you how to moisturise lips and things like that, but because of the time frame, I can't go through it. But all you need is a toothbrush, water, and brush over your lips.
Do you put anything on after?
You can put lip balm on afterwards, but you can use lip primers, but I found them really tacky and horrible. I've never found a nice one, and neither has my cousin. Like my cousin, she uses just like lip seal. So, and she used that on celebrities. And she used that on the original Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, I believe. Like, so, because when I was at, she really has, like, I got to be the makeup assistant and she has a beautiful face. Now, the best way to give the ultimate pouty lips is clear lip gloss. I always do lipstick, then lip gloss. You can buy all-in-one coloured lip gloss, but I found those really tacky and they don't stay on very well. So.
Also, I discovered if you use a lipstick sealer before you put lip gloss on, it's really bad idea.
Yeah.
They react. Basically makes it look like your face is melting.
Here we go. And then what you can also use as well to highlight the lips, and this is really worthwhile for guys if you're cosplaying, is use a highlighter, highlighter shadows there and under the lips. And even girls, if you haven't got pouty lips, that's actually the best way to bring it out. But with Rose, I don't need to do that because she's already got, like, that would be going on to Angelina Jolie level. You don't want trout lips. But if you look in the camera, it gives a nice wet sort of look. You know, you see this what celebrities use all the time. And now I'm going to have to wrap up my panel because it's I'm going over. So, thank you ever so much. I'm sorry if I'm a bit all over the place. I haven't had even a coffee, a drink, or even anything to eat this morning.
Babe, you should have said.
Well, Ant was supposed to go and get me coffee, but he didn't. He just walked off. With my money as well. I gave him 20 quid.
Why you want the drinks to
Yeah, can you go get them? Yeah. Thank you ever so much. And if you want any questions, I'm here all weekend, and I'm doing Kyle Reese makeup tomorrow. If anyone's a big Terminator fan, there's a lot of Terminator tomorrow.